Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? Hope you all are doing well. Students, today we are going to start a new lesson, and that is about circle. Students, this topic is on page number 195 of your books. Open your books for better understanding. Students, you can see many round things in your surrounding. You can see a coin of 5 rupee. You can see a disposable plate. This is also a round shape, right? You can see this paperweight is also a round shape. This scotch tape is also a round shape. You can see many round shaped things in your surrounding. Your sun, letter O, a clock, a circular button, all these things are round shape. These things are called circle. When you will place a round thing on a piece of a paper and you will sketch it like this, what you got, this is called a circle, right? This is called a circle. A circle has no corners. A circle has no corners, right? And what your book says, a circle is a flat, round, closed shape with no corners or edges. The curved line, this is called a curved line. This curved line is called the boundary of the circle. So all the round shapes by which you can draw a curved line, that is called the boundary of the circle. And a circle has no corners or edges. It's a closed round shape. It's a closed round shape and it has no corners or edges, right? Let's discuss different parts of a circle. Open your books at page number 196 so you can understand the concepts easily, right? Students, I have told you the curved line. The curved line is called the boundary of the circle. When we will calculate the length of the boundary, this length is called the circumference. What we call this? This is called the circumference of the circle. This is called the circumference of the circle, right? Then the next thing, boundary. When you will calculate the boundary, the length of the boundary of a circle, this is called the circumference. The next part is the center of the circle. The center of the circle is a middle point. From this point, you will have equal distance of any point on the circumference. You will calculate the distance from the center to the any point on the circumference. You will get an equal distance. This point is called the center point. A center is a fixed point inside a circle. A center is a fixed point inside a circle, which is equidistance, means equal distance, right? It is on equal distance from all the points on the circumference. You can take a point here, you can take a point here. Wherever you will take a point on the circumference, this point will be on the equal distance from the center. Let's check. If I use my ruler, you can see I getting 1.2 centimeters. 1.2 2 centimeters, right? So if you will calculate the distance from the center to the any point on the circumference, you will get equal distance, right? So this point, this middle point inside the circle, this is called the center of the circle. This is called the center of the circle, right? The next part of a circle, it's called diameter. It's called diameter. Diameter is a straight line that is passing through the center, that will pass through the center, and it will join any 2 points on the circumference, right? You will join any 2 points of the circumference, but you have to pass this line segment from the center of the circle. So diameter is a line that is passing through the center of the circle, and it's joining any 2 points on the circumference, right? Joining 2 points on the circumference, but the condition is it will pass through your center of the circle, right? And diameter is always denoted by a letter D. So a line that is joining 2 points on the circumference of a circle and it's passing through the center of the circle, it's called diameter, and it's always denoted by letter D, right? The next part of a circle, it's called the radius, right? A radius is a line that is joining the center and any point on the circumference, right? A radius is a line that is joining the center point and any point on the circumference of the circle. Any point on the circumference of the circle. This is called the radius. You can also draw it like this. This would also call the radius, and it's always denoted by a small r, right? Small letter r, right? So the first thing we have learnt about is the circumference. Circumference is the curved boundary length, right? The curved boundary length is called the circumference. The center point. Center point is a middle point inside the circle from which you will have equal distance of all the points on the circumference, right? And diameter is a line segment that is joining your any 2 points on the circumference, but it's passing through the center of the circle. Then radius. Radius is a line segment that is passing through your that is joining your center point to the any point on the circumference, right? Okay. Now you can see, students, this is a circle, right? I have drawn a circle for you. If I'll divide this circle into 2 equal parts. If I'll divide this circle into 2 equal parts, this shape is called a semicircle. This shape is called a semicircle, right? If you will divide a circle into 2 equal parts, the shape you are getting, this is called a semicircle. This is called a semicircle, right? This is called a This is called a semicircle, right? Okay. If I'll divide this again into 2 equal parts. If I'll divide this again into 2 equal parts, the shape I'll get, it's called quarter. And you all know when we will divide something into 4 equal parts, it's always called quarter. So this shape is a quarter circle, right? When you will divide a circle into two equal parts, the shape you will get, it's called semicircle. Then if you will divide a circle into four equal parts, the shape you will get, it's called a quarter circle, right? So students, this point is called the center. This point is called the center of the circle, right? And you can use any capital letter to denote this center, right? For example, you can write letter O, you can write letter A, B, any letter, right? So this point is called the center of the circle, and this curved boundary is called the circumference of the circle, right? And any two points on the circumference, when these 2 points will be joined with the help of a straight line that is passing through your center, this is called the diameter, right? This is called the diameter, right? This is called the diameter. When you are joining any 2 points on your circumference and with a line segment, and that line segment is joining through the center point, this is called the diameter. And when you will join any point on the circumference with your center, this is called the radius. This is called the radius of the circle, right? So students, what we have learned today, we have learned about the parts of the circle, right? We have learned about the parts of the circle. The round shape, this is called a circle, right? When you will divide a circle into two equal parts, the shape you will get, it's called semicircle. When you will divide a circle into four equal parts, the shape you will get, it's called quarter circle. This curved line is called the boundary of the circle, and when you will calculate the length of this boundary, it's called circumference of the circle, right? The middle point inside the circle from which each point of the circumference is on equal distance, this point is called the center of the circle. When you will join any 2 points on the circumference of a circle with the help of a straight line, and that line is passing through the center of the circle, this is called the diameter. And when you will join your center with a point on the circumference with any point on the circumference, this is called the radius of the circle, right? Students, hope you have understood today's concept. And one more thing, what is the relationship between a radius and a diameter? The radius is always half of the diameter. The radius is always half of the diameter, and you can say it like this, that the diameter is always twice or double of the radius, right? Students, hope you have understood today's concept.